The U.S. Embassy posting on previous Monday that they had no affiliation formally with the group known as Operation Pet Lift has caused a lot of angst and consternation. From what I understand from the U.S. government, this came as a consequence of people falsely claiming to them, people spreading malicious rumors about them, and other reasons that led the U.S. government to make that statement. I've been in touch with Morgan, who was ill and not able to speak to me the past couple of days after I spoke to her, to try to find out more about what's going on. The Operation Pet Lift folks have now issued an official statement. I'll read their statement. These are not my words, but rather simply what they've posted. I do this for clarity. As I said, I'll continue to keep on this story. Official statement: removal of member and clarification of legitimacy. Over the past weeks, we've worked hard to create a safe and trustworthy space for South African refugee applicants and their pets. Unfortunately, we have had to remove Shelley Hepburn from this group. While she was initially permitted here as a courtesy, despite not being a South African refugee applicant herself, she has repeatedly made statements containing incomplete or false information. These posts cause unnecessary confusion and fear among applicants already under significant stress. We also recognize that some people have begun questioning the legitimacy of Operation Pet Lift, specifically pointing to our registration as an MPO and whether we hold an IRS EIN number. To set the record straight, attached to this post is our official IRS EIN registration. This should remove any doubt about our legal standing as a nonprofit organization operating both in the United States and in South Africa. We had initially believed it unnecessary to prove ourselves beyond our daily work, but given the panic and fear caused by misinformation, we are sharing this now to calm concerns and reinforce trust. Moving forward, any further public defamation or slander against Operation Pet Lift will not be entertained on social media. Instead, we will pursue the matter through full legal channels, both in South Africa and in the United States, as is our right and duty to protect this mission. Our commitment remains unchanged to assist families and their pets in resettling safely, legally, and compassionately. Thank you for your continued trust, the Operation Pet Lift team. Now, folks, this is rather a big deal for them to come out and make this statement about what's going on. And I'm not surprised, because the organization has been defamed. People falsely claim to be representing it and also spread all kinds of malicious false information. I became a target for the ire of some really nasty, disgusting people that joined these groups that glommed onto Operation Pet Lift, simply because they lied and I called them out in the lie. I wasn't even calling them out. During one of my broadcasts a few months ago, someone came on and just jumped in my chat, who was not a regular person on my chat, jumped there and started telling my viewers that, hey, it only costs $200 to ship a pet to the U.S. And I saw it in the chat and I said, no, you're mistaken. That's not possible. It's impossible. You can't bring a pet to the United States for just $200. It doesn't work that way. They called me a liar. They called me a person spreading misinformation. And then they went and sullied my reputation. And if I was rich, like Steven Crowder or Elon Musk, they'd all be bankrupt now, because what they did was they slandered me, they libeled me, and demonstrably that's the case. In fact, that situation was they misunderstood because they were dim-witted and didn't pay attention and heard what they wanted to hear. The $200 that was mentioned was the fee that it would take to get a titer test for a dog. That is not the total cost of bringing a pet to the United States. Operation Pet Lift is working to find donors. They're also looking for grants to raise money to lower the cost so that South African refugee aspirants do not have to pay to bring their pets to the States. They have never made any offer that it will be free. And for these people who didn't hear what they like to hear, who have the audacity to lie about me, shame on you. So I'm not affiliated with Operation Pet Lift, never have been. I've simply reported them and given them a fair hearing when people spoke about them. Those people that are out there in the U.S., and especially in South Africa, who are seeking to undermine the effort to bring folks to the States, shame on you. I have no desire for anybody to come to America, and I have no desire to stop anyone from coming to America, from South Africa, that is, as long as you're legal. I don't like criminal alien invaders, but legal refugees, legal asylum seekers, legal immigrants, nothing wrong with that. So Operation Pet Lift has put a statement out there, and they've kicked this one member out of their groups for the behavior. Frankly, I think that's long overdue. Should have been done a long time ago. And she's not the only one. There are some others out there who are doing the same sort of nonsense. And I have no idea why people behave in this fashion. Do they have some financial gain? Do they have some reputational gain? Do they have some, dog in the fight that makes them behave in such a fashion to slander other people maliciously? But that's the sort of behavior that's been going on in Operation Pet Lift's groups and other groups that are about bringing pets to the States. People seem to have some sort of sense of entitlement that they can lie about other people. Well, Operation Pet Lift is taking action against those folks now. Okay, folks, just an update on what's going on. Cheers.